Hello, this is an example of role-playing with a seller. We're setting up a scenario that you may be faced with in an office. If you're receiving a phone call, somebody walks in off the street and they give you a situation, you need to be prepared enough to discuss that, get the information you need to be able to do what you need to do in making it a successful transaction. Hello, this is Monty Bridgewater with Realty South. How can I help you?
Hey, I'm Ashley, and I'm wanting to put my house up for sale. Now, I bought it for $205,000, and I put $25,000 into it. And I want to sell it for $255,000. I have to have that.
Okay.
So what can you do?
Well, I could help you with that. What's your address?
It is 222 Main Street.
Okay. I'm familiar with the area. Let me ask you a couple questions first, just to make sure I understand what we're doing here.
Okay.
You said that you spent $25,000 on the house.
Mm-hmm.
What did you spend that on?
Well, I heard that you're supposed to use it in the kitchen, so I did a lot of upgrades there. I got some new cabinets and some new countertops, and I use the granite because I hear that that's the best thing to do. So I did that. I just painted in the inside, and I was going to do the hardwood floor, but that kind of was going against my budget, so I just did new carpet everywhere.
Okay.
I did a little landscaping too.
Okay. Well, those are actually very good things to do to improve your house and to improve the ability for it to show to a client and how it looks. And I'm sure, obviously, you've already enjoyed it your own self.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. So, and now let me ask you this. When could I come by and probably take a look at your house just to see what it is that you did and get a good grasp of what you used material-wise and how it looks and that kind of stuff?
Well, if we're going to show some of the landscaping, it would probably need to be during the day because I can't see at night. So what about, let's see, I picked the kids up about 3. So can you be over about 3:45? About
3:45. Is that tomorrow?
Let's do, what can you do today?
Well, I possibly can do today. Let me check the schedule real quickly. Hold on one second. I think that'd be doable. I think I could get by there at 3:45 today.
Okay.
That'll give us a little bit of daylight, like you said. I want to make sure that we do understand what we're looking at, and I can bring to you all the information I need to give you all the information on what you need to do when selling the house. Now, let me ask you this. You're married, I'm assuming.
I am.
If you're ready to list, you're going to be ready to list today. Are we ready to get that on them? You said you needed to get it sold, so I'm assuming some urgency here.
Right.
So.
And I make all the decisions, so it doesn't matter.
Well, that's fine. And, I understand that. I'm married, too. Been married 15 years, so I know how that works.
Okay.
So what I'd like to ask is, if we're ready to sign the paperwork, your husband will be home a little bit later. I guess we could talk about certain things before then, and we want to make sure we have all those signatures done correctly, and we can make sure we follow up with that.
Okay.
But I'll be coming prepared, and then we'll make sure I'm talking about how to get your house sold, okay?
Okay, sounds good. And he'll be home by 4:30, so I don't think there'll be any problem.
Oh, that's good. Then I think this will be good timing then, okay? Now, we are going to break to the house. And we're actually going to role play actually going to the house, talking about what has been done. One of the things I want to make mention to you as an agent, understanding this, is if you saw, obviously, the key to getting as much information as you can is also to make notes, because I know I have to. I had somebody I did not know ask me about selling their house. What were they doing? You want to ask as many questions as possible, get as much information as you can, and try to be as prepared as possible. I'm assuming that this phone call or this communication happened earlier in the day. Obviously, you want to meet them as soon as possible. And if at all possible, you want to be as prepared as possible. Therefore, you need to make sure you have a plan in place from a marketing standpoint, from helping them on what they're going to do to sell their house, so that you can, at the drop of a hat, so to speak, meet with that client and be comfortable and confident in what you're doing. Taking notes, understanding what they've done. Now I'll need to make sure I do my preparation work before I go and meet them, pulling the market analysis on the house, understanding what else has sold and been done in the area, so that I can go through the process of hopefully securing the listing while I'm there. As you noticed, I wanted to make sure that all parties that would be pertaining to signing the paperwork are going to be present. So that way, if we can get it sold while we're there, get it signed, we've got everybody in attendance. We can get the paperwork done, and we can get the house sold. So we're going to go ahead and go to ad-libbing going to a role play on once I get to the house. We'll go through a few little things to the contract presentation, and then I'll stop there. Okay, I'm coming in. Ding dong.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Very nice to meet you.
You too.
Thanks for seeing me so early today, too, and I'm glad we were able to get this worked out on the appointment. Okay, you said you spent your $25,000. I want to see what all you did.
Okay.
Take me where you showed me.
All right.
Show me.
Well, here's the kitchen.
Oh, you did a great job. This looks really good.
I was trying to go with a black and white theme here.
Well, it looked really nice.
Yeah.
It does really probably play off well in the pictures that we'll do and possibly video tours that we might take at the house and get it sold. So I think that'll look really well.
Okay.
And what else did you say? I saw the carpet when we came in.
Yeah, what did
It looks
you
really
think?
Actually, I liked it. I
Okay.
did like it. Good neutral tone.
Okay.
Should show well. Should not offend anybody and be
Okay.
pleasing in any kind of showings that we have. And the house is wonderful. It's spotless and clean. You did a great job.
Thank you. Thank
Fabulous.
you.
With kids, too. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. Now, you did see the landscaping.
Yes, I did. You did a good job with that, too. You know, street appeal is very important. So I know you did a good job with that. And it'll also be first impression.
Right.
And we want to make sure that when we take the pictures of the house, when I have the photographer come over and we take the photo shoot on your house, that we capture it in the daylight just like I did.
Right,
You know, this was a
right.
perfect time to
Right.
come in and see it. Great job. Now, you talked about you painted, so did you paint the whole house, just certain areas, or?
Well, I just really painted what needed to be painted. I mean, you know, with kids, you got scratches and scuffs everywhere. So
I know.
I just tried to touch that up because I have a neutral house anyway, neutral
Right.
paint throughout. So I just try to touch up in the crown molding and the baseboards. You know, I like that nice white glossy
Right.
look because when I always looked at houses, you know, that always looked nice to me. So I know that when I want to sell my house, I want it to be up to my standards if I was going to buy the house.
Well, I appreciate
So what do you
that.
think? Do you think it's good?
I think it's actually very well done.
Okay.
Good, tasteful. I don't see any cause for concern at this point. Okay, everything looks great. Now, I did
Okay.
run an analysis on the neighborhood.
Okay.
So I've got all the information. We can talk about, you know, the neighborhood competition. We can talk about the greater market competition that's going on, and what's happening in the marketplace as we're dealing with it right now. I know you understand, you know, the mortgage industry is in a flux, and you know, you've heard probably on, you know, television, oh, it's a buyer's market and that kind of thing,
Right.
and that's okay.
Okay.
We just have to have the right plan in
Okay.
place. I have a marketing plan that we'll go over, a very specific marketing plan that I utilize, and it's been very successful for me and the different houses that we list and we do. It involves many components. A lot of, you know, photography, potential video tours. I use full color flyers that we'll present. I have a very extensive email-based profile that we'll use, that we send it
wow.
out through the internet. You'll also be appearing on many websites, RealitySouth.com being the main one, obviously, by listing with us, a site that's big in the marketplace, one of the largest.
Oh, yeah.
And probably already looked at it yourself.
Oh, I have. Many times. Many times.
looking for homes and that kind of
Yeah.
thing. So we'll also talk about, finally, the pricing we need to talk about on your house. What you've done, where you're at, what you're competing with. The key here, obviously, is the exposure.
Right.
We want to make sure your house is in front of every potential buyer.
Right.
So if you're ready, we'll go ahead and I'll just start the presentation. We'll go through the paperwork. And if you have any questions, you just please stop me as we're going through it, okay?
Okay. Does my husband need to come in?
Well, right now I'm just going to present
Okay.
what we're doing in pricing and what you're looking at. And, you know, when he gets here, that'll be fine. He can come in and we'll start. If he has any other questions,
Well,
we can.
you can go and take a shower, dear. Let's go ahead and take a shower.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
We'll talk about pricing and stuff and
Okay.
what you did. And, okay? Now, obviously, you want to be prepared. You want to have all your paperwork together. You want to have a presentation ready so that you can go through what we just talked about, understanding what you're going to be competing against, and then going through your process of what you've learned, how to present to a seller, how to do that paperwork with that seller. It's more than just the contract. It's a much greater entity that we need to be involved in. Obviously, again, as I said before, attitude plays a very good key. You want to make sure that you're truthful in what you say, but you also want to be as positive as you can about what you're dealing with. So, thank you.